Have you noticed how many people say, "I'm going for a walk to take care of my health," but leave the house with the body completely cold, as if they were 20 years old, and then start tripping, feeling the knee give out, the balance disappear? After 60, walking like this, without waking up the nervous system, is not just carelessness. It's increasing, day after day, the risk of falling and losing independence in the coming years. In Japan, where longevity is almost a cultural heritage, there's a concept widely used in rehabilitation: gait reflexes. It's not just about warming up the muscles. It's about teaching the body to respond faster to the ground, to imbalance, to small stumbles. They do this with micro-sequences of steps inside the house before going out. And the promise is simple: a few minutes a day for a few weeks, and walking becomes safer, more stable, lighter. So do this with me. Write in the comments your name and the country where you're watching from, so I can know how far this Japanese routine is reaching. And if this kind of content helps you feel stronger and more confident after 60, subscribe, stay close, because I want to follow you step by step in this phase of life. Now, before you walk out the door, let's switch on your walking reflexes with 3 simple Japanese steps, and one final detail that almost no one has told you, but that changes the feeling of your whole body. Have you ever thought that the simple act of lifting your knee could be the difference between tripping and regaining your balance in a second? In Japanese rehabilitation, it's very common to see elderly women and men standing in the clinic hallway, slowly lifting their knees as if they were marching in place. It looks silly, but what they're training there is exactly the reflex the body needs when the foot catches on a rug or on a step, to lift the foot off the ground quickly, with control, without panic. This first exercise is gold for those over 60 because it wakes up the hip, thigh, and ankle at the same time. These are joints that, as the years go by, become lazy. The body can still walk, but it no longer responds as quickly to unexpected events. By doing this march in place, you're reminding your brain, look, it's still possible to lift this foot with strength, with agility, with safety. Do this. Stand near a wall or the back of a chair so that you can support one of your hands if you need to. Feet hip-width apart. Start by lifting one knee at a time, as if you were marching in place, but without rushing and without exaggerating the height. One, then the other. If you feel steady, you can increase the lift a little. Breathe calmly, shoulders loose, chest open. Do 20 to 40 alternating little steps, respecting your own pace. If any strange pain appears, lower the height or do fewer repetitions. Besides strengthening, this movement gives a mental sense of readiness. It's as if you said internally, I am awake, I am here. The mind organizes itself, the body aligns, attention returns to the present moment. Those who do this march in place daily notice that they start walking on the street with more confidence, looking around calmly, instead of just hoping not to trip. And this is only the beginning, because in real life, we don't move only forward. A fall often comes from a poorly executed sideways step. And that's where the next Japanese step comes in, which teaches the body to cross the legs with elegance, instead of freezing with fear. Have you ever imagined that learning to move sideways can protect you more than walking straight for kilometers? In many senior centers in Japan, you see groups training sideways steps, almost as if they were dancing, crossing one leg in front of the other. Some even laugh because it reminds them of childhood games. But behind this, there is a very serious logic, training the brain to respond when someone bumps into you on the street, when a hole appears at your side, when you need to make a quick detour on the sidewalk. For those over 60, this lateral cross step is worth gold because it works on lateral balance, hip strength, and the ability to transfer weight from one leg to the other without fear. These are exactly the skills that are lost when a person starts to age inward, walking only in a straight line with tiny steps, as if always apologizing to the ground. Do this. Stand with some space free to the side. If necessary, keep one hand resting on the wall or on the back of a chair next to you. Start by taking your right foot to the left side, crossing in front, as if taking a dance step. Place the foot down and transfer a bit of your weight, but without throwing yourself fully onto it. Then return to the starting position. Next, cross your left foot in front of the right. Do this there and back slowly, 6 to 10 crosses on each side, always paying attention to whether the foot is fully supported on the floor. If you find it more comfortable, you can make the cross step only a little without fully crossing as a gentler version. Physically, you strengthen the muscles that stabilize the hip, develop smarter ankles, and activate the center of the body, the famous Japanese hara, that region of the abdomen where, symbolically, our inner strength lies. Mentally, something curious happens. You feel that you have options. Your body starts to experience movements it hasn't done in decades, and the feeling of stiffness begins to loosen. And there is still one essential ingredient missing. Because in life, as in Japanese philosophy, it's not only about moving forward. Sometimes, the most intelligent movement is precisely knowing how to step back. The next step, small and backward, will teach your body not to panic when the leg needs to go back instead of forward. Have you noticed that many people get terrified just hearing, take a step back, as if stepping back were failure in the body and in life? Those who observe elderly Japanese people walking notice something subtle. They have very fine control when stepping back. In many rehabilitation programs, one of the most important drills is walking backward over minimal distances inside a hallway safely. It's not punishment, it's reflex training. If the body learns to reorganize itself backward, it reacts much better when you slip on a step or need to take that backward step to avoid falling. For those who are already over 60, short steps backward are a kind of balance insurance. They wake up the muscles at the back of the legs, the glutes, the ankles, and above all, educate the brain not to freeze when the foot needs to go back instead of forward. It's like teaching the body to say, I know how to step back with dignity, without falling, without panicking. Do this. Stand facing a wall, about half a meter away, so that you can touch the wall with your fingertips if needed. Start by taking one foot backward, just a small step, placing the ball of the foot down first, and then the heel, feeling the floor. Gently shift your weight onto that leg, without exaggerating, and bring the foot back. Alternate. One step backward with the right leg, return, then with the left. Keep your gaze forward, torso upright, breathing calm. Do 8 to 12 little steps with each leg, always short, without forcing. As the body reorganizes itself, something inside also changes. You start to realize that taking a step back can be an intelligent gesture of protection, not a sign of weakness. Physically, coordination improves. Your awareness of where your foot is in space sharpens, and your body becomes prepared for small mishaps on uneven sidewalks. Mentally, it brings a sense of maturity. I know how to move forward. I know how to step back. I know how to adjust. And now comes that detail that almost no one teaches, but that the Japanese cultivate in every gesture, the way the foot talks to the ground. It's the final adjustment, almost invisible, that aligns your entire body before you cross the doorway. Have you ever thought that what's missing in your walk might not be strength or stretching, but a more refined dialogue between your foot and the ground? In Japan, it's common to hear that the body begins at the feet. Many elderly people, before going out, perform a small ritual that almost no one notices, a moment of attention to how the weight is distributed between the heel, the middle of the foot, and the toes. It's silent, discreet, it looks like nothing, but it's this nothing that organizes everything else. This fourth movement is not a big exercise, it's a symbolic detail, almost philosophical. It helps any older person remember that they are not walking with their legs in isolation, but with the whole body, from the soles of the feet to the head. By feeling how the weight settles, you give your brain a clear message. I am stable. I can go. Do this, still standing. After finishing the 3 previous steps, place your feet hip-width apart. Close your eyes for a few seconds if you feel safe, or keep your gaze soft on a fixed point. Shift a bit of your weight to your heels and notice the sensation. Then let the weight slide to the middle of your feet. Next, gently move it a bit more towards the toe region. Without leaning too far, just a light transfer. Make this small rocking motion, going back and forth between these three regions, about 5 or 6 times, until you find a point of support that feels stable and comfortable. Take a deep breath. Feel your posture lengthening, like flexible bamboo. It's impressive how, in just a few seconds, the body reorganizes itself. The knees unlock, the hips settle into place, the spine lengthens, the breath drops deeper. Mentally, you feel a kind of inner silence, as if you were finally ready to go out into the world. This invisible detail closes the Japanese routine with a sense of wisdom. It's not just about walking for the sake of walking. It's about walking whole, present, awake. If you put all this together, you have a small preparation ritual before leaving the house. Marching in place, lifting the knees, lateral cross step, short steps backward, and this final adjustment of the feet talking to the ground. It's only a few minutes, but repeated every day, they can determine how the next decades of your mobility will be, whether you'll walk in fear of falling or with the dignity of someone who still trusts their own legs.